Well, hello and welcome to the Mindset Alchemy podcast. I'm Janine and I absolutely adore helping people understand the value of their words and where they devalue themselves with certain words. Sounds fascinating, I agree. Today, though, I would like to explore with you what it means to be controversial. Somebody said to me the other day, well, if you would like your podcast to be successful, be controversial. And I was like, I'm unavailable to do that. I love sharing knowledge, wisdom, and I've had many years of being controversial, and it was very, very unpleasant for me. I prefer to bring forward something, and if you agree, you agree. If you don't agree, if you disagree, that's okay. We all have a different truth. We all work with a different consciousness. We all can tap into one collective consciousness of higher vibrational energy. The important thing is to explore what we value and then to respect what the other person values. We may disagree with them, and we may have very good reasons that we feel are great reasons to disagree with them. The important thing is to understand they have had different experiences, different learnings, and different ways of being. When we get into controversy, what we are actually doing is we are creating a combative energy. When we look at the differences and see when we can compare the similarities, it is absolutely amazing how we can say, okay, I agree to disagree with you on XYZ. What if we can co-create together on PQR and work towards the co-creation rather than the destruction of the other person? Because most times when we disagree, we would like that person to agree with us. We would like to bring them over to our point of view. For me, I found, well, let me hear this person's point of view. Let me understand their perspective and see what life is asking me to explore, to understand. Is it to deepen and strengthen what I'm being asked to look at? Is it to see, okay, there's a contrast here, there's a difference there? And you know what? I have discovered that, especially where I live, not all the flowers in the fields are daisies. There are different types of flowers. Just in my garden, I've got a whole lot of different ones. When I lived up in on the Highveld, I had even more different flowers than I have down here. I mean, I love roses. To grow roses where I am currently takes a lot more effort and a lot more work. So now I look at pictures of roses and I admire other people's hard work. I can admire it without having to do it myself. And this is something that has been coming forward more and more. And yes, it has a lot to do with mindset. Have you got a fixed mindset? Have you got a growth mindset? Are you open to working with energy? Are you open to exploring releasing resistance and working with resistance, leaning into it where it is a good idea? I loved the analogy somebody gave me the one day of the airplane takes off against the wind because the resistance helps lift it up. The thing is, if you resist getting onto the plane, it's going to take off without you. So it's just a way of looking at things, which brings me to a point of view that I use when things feel very icky. I go, oh, that's an interesting point of view. When things feel very good, I'll also go, that's an interesting point of view. And it takes the energy off it. So I'm able to see the gift behind it. Because as we explore what is truth for us, what is truth for others, and we begin to trust our inner tuition, our intuition, that whisper of our soul, the way Source is guiding us, the way we are being guided, we get to work with greater ease and we are less likely to come into conflict with somebody else, to come into confrontation with somebody else. And when we do, because life is life, we're able to explore it at a deeper level, seeing what is coming forward for us, what is for us, what's for them, and where we're being shown a deep inner block or something asking to be healed within us. And I really do believe sometimes life is just life, and other times life is saying, well, you asked to shift and grow. let's explore this in this way. Let's explore it in this way. And many times I've gone, okay, I understand this. This little squabble is all about the fact that I asked to grow my patience, or I was looking to work with a higher vibrational energy. If I'm able to, in this situation, work at a higher vibrational capacity and energy and allow the other person to do the same, I will be bringing in the growth around around whatever it was that I was asking for. I have literally unsubscribed that everything is a lesson. We can learn from it. There isn't anybody up there saying, naughty, naughty Janine, you didn't do well here and you didn't do well there. In fact, I hear my intuition saying, okay, let's move along and let's look at this, let's look at that. Let's explore it. Let's get curious about what happened, what could have happened, and where you can do things differently moving forward. I will look at my past with sometimes with deep regret, sometimes with shame, and then I get to move the energy and say, okay, I'm unable to physically go back there. Let me energetically send light, love, laughter, learning, so that I can get to this point today, from there to here, to be able to send the energy back there, to allow others to grow, to release the pain around it, to release the unhappiness around it, and to explore, what did I learn through it? Where can I open space for the other person to be released so they can go on their journey and learn from it? This is all part of the process. And when we come into controversy, yes, it can be to show us contrast. Most times it's to show us, okay, where am I to grow here? Where am I allow that person their journey and allow myself my journey? Because I have found very often that person has a piece of my puzzle for me, just as if they are willing, they can receive a piece of puzzle from me, their puzzle from me, and together we can go forward and co-create. I was listening to Teal Swan the other day, and something that I had been feeling very uncomfortable around, that we create our own reality. I'm saying, okay, there's so many parts to play with. There are other people to play with. And my reality is often dependent on what they do in their reality. And I really enjoyed what she brought forward. And it just made so much sense to me that we get to co-create with that person, with the situation. We get to co-create with our dreams, our desires, our destinies, and the people involved with it. So it's very much a give and take. Sometimes the give and take does involve controversy, and it involves us being able to step up and step away from it and move to, well, okay, what can I co-create in this situation that's higher vibrational, that will take me towards my dream and my desire, and just help everybody involved, that it works out for the highest of good for everyone. And to me, that is where we get to co-create at a much, much deeper level. I've been working with this concept of co-creating with my future self, co-creating with my dream, and seeing how I feel. Because when I'm feeling upbeat about things, it opens the door for people around me to feel upbeat about things. And that will help my co-creation, and very often will help their co-creation with our individual dreams, our co-creation of dreams. It's like we get to collaborate with people. So when you're collaborating with somebody, there's a give and take. There is a, maybe we should do it this way, maybe we shouldn't do it that way. And point here, it's to check where somebody's getting into their victim or prostitute archetype, where they're looking to people please or to have everything done for them, rather than let's work together in our ruling energy, our energy of being able to guide ourselves, to listen to our intuition, and to own what we're looking to create and what we're looking to create together. It's very multifaceted. And when I look back and I think of all the phases that I went through and how many people I took along with me, and I go, oh, you know what, Janine? And then I go, you know what, Janine? It's all part of the journey. I was doing the best I could at that time. And maybe you would like to look at it that way as well. If you look, when you look back at the past, rather than getting into pity, blame, and shame, get into, I was doing the best I could at that moment. What am I to bring forward here? Which is what I do. What am I to bring forward from that adventure? And what can I release? Sending love and light back there, sending absolute. I was doing the best I can. Where can everything work out for the highest of good from that scenario, from that perspective, from that point? Wow, it makes such an incredible difference. And it allows me to step away from controversy, because one of the things I really value is peace within myself, peace in my life, peace in my heart. Now, something I do remember as well is we have a call for inner peace and stillness. And when we work from that, it doesn't matter the chaos that's around us. We are working from being able to bring our presence into the present, to have an awareness of what is actually going on and where we can move forward in a much more aligned way with what we value, what we can bring forward, so that the other person has space to do the same for their own journey. And it's a journey, people. And in the moment, I always ask, so what else is possible here? What else is of a higher vibrational possibility? And where are infinite possibilities? Show me the best one at this point in time. I actually ask my guides every morning, and Source and Mother Earth and my angels, please show me the best way in every moment of the day. And then my responsibility is to be open to hearing the whisper, picking the nuances, and as those thoughts fleet through my head, pin a tail in them so that I can see them and take action on it. I would love to hear your takeaway around this, and where you can step into co creating with your dreams, your desires, and the people around you, as well as your soul. Have a wonderful and amazing day further. Oh, if you'd like to know more about what I offer and what I do, go and pop over to social media and you can find me there. The links will be in the bio. People, have a grand, glorious, and amazing day. And remember, bring co creation along the way. It'll make your life be filled with ease, so that when you put in that hard work, it's effective rather than exhausting. Bye bye.